Martin Fletcher, former Middle East correspondent and Tel Aviv bureau chief for NBC News, where he worked for over 30 years. Martin, thank you for coming on the show. Appreciate it. All right, so what do you make of these numbers?
Well, they're shocking, aren't they? The idea that 53 journalists were killed is appalling. I mean, you compare that to, say, Vietnam, 63 journalists killed in 20 years. Second World War, 69 journalists killed. So 53 killed in 6 weeks. I mean, it's astonishing. But I mean, you really need to look at those numbers. As you said, Dan, who are the people? Who are they working for? And especially, were they working as journalists when they were killed? And the CPJ doesn't make that clear at all. They say that the list includes all journalists involved in news gathering activity, but they go on to say it's unclear whether all of these journalists were actually working as journalists covering the conflict when they were killed, but the CPJ included them in the count anyway. So, fair enough, they're investigating, it's important. Nobody knows more than me or how close journalists are to being killed when they're working. My own sound man was killed standing next to me. My correspondent was blown up during my career. So this is very real. It's horrific if this is true, but it does appear that those CPJ numbers are not written in concrete yet. It's not clear how many were killed actually while they were working. In fact, on that CPJ list, it says only 5 were confirmed killed while working as journalists.
Right.
And of those 5, 2 were Israeli.
Right. And that was the point I was just about to make, is 5 working as journalists, 2 of them who were Israelis, and 3 were Palestinians. I think it's dangerous. I'm going to go as far as to say it's dangerous for the Committee to Protect Journalists to be lumping all these people in together with one number, because I think it undermines the seriousness of protecting journalists while they're doing their work, as opposed to simply saying, well, this person had been engaging in some sort of information gathering at some point in their life, and as a result, we're going to include them in the death toll, which starts to feel like advocacy in the war rather than an assessment to protect journalists.
That's what I'm afraid of too, Dan. The takeaway from this is the CPJ headline: 53 journalists killed in Gaza. The assumption being, the takeaway is, oh, Israel just killed 53 journalists, and it's clearly not true. I mean, CPJ does make that point that they haven't confirmed this yet, but to put out that number, clearly that becomes the headline worldwide. And
they can't seem to answer some of the questions about why they're lumping them together. I mean, my understanding is that you actually thought of this yourself when we reached out to you about this. One of the reasons I think that, you were receptive to coming on to talk about this, in addition to us being old colleagues and friends, is that you had actually reached out to CPJ. This is something you had thought about yourself.
That's right. I did. A few days ago, I reached out to CPJ. I think the number then was 41 or something. And I asked them, how do you define who is a journalist? And that was the that's the key question. So they said their answer was that they define journalists very accurately. By the way, I agree 100%, as people who cover the news or comment on public affairs, and I'm quoting now, in print, photographs, on radio or television or online. But that thing of, people who comment on public affairs online, well, that's pretty much anybody on my Facebook feed,
Right.
So in the world of social media, that's just about everybody.
And let me play. This is a John Kirby. He was asked a few weeks ago, when this issue was raised. At this point, there was 20-something, according to CPJ, journalists who'd been killed. He was asked by an Al Jazeera correspondent who was suggesting that Israel was targeting journalists. Here's the interchange.
Are you concerned that Israel is trying to silence journalists who are trying to tell both sides of this story, including our Al Jazeera Arabic bureau chief?
I've not seen any indication whatsoever that Israel is going after journalists, in particular because of them trying to tell the story. I've seen absolutely zero evidence of that. That's an unfounded allegation.
And I've seen zero evidence of Al Jazeera trying to present both sides of the story, but that is also a separate issue. Thank you for watching. Go to NewsNationNow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.